Head to the moon. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
In 2022, the Otago Nuggets struck gold. Tonight, all 10 teams return to the starting line, and the race for the Sal's NBL Championship starts again. First up, it's the Bulls up against the Hawks. No mai hadamai, hello and welcome to the Stockyard, and welcome to season 2023. Great to have you with us, Justin Nelson, Brooke Rusco. Can't wait.
Can't wait. We're back. I feel like we blinked, and here we are. Brand new season, and you're right, we've got a new squad here. It's loud in here, and the way these boys are jumping in the lineups and the warm-ups right here, everyone's ready for game one.
And two good lineups as well. Can't wait for this one. What a cracking start this will be to the Sal's NBL 2023 season. Speaking of round one, let's have a look at some games coming up, and it just gets hotter as the week continues. Sharks, Jets tomorrow night. That's the southern swing, the start of it for the Jets. Giants to Tuatara, early game on Saturday. What about Saturday night? Saints, Hawks.
Oh, both ways that you go. That Tuatara team obviously trying to go one better than last year and go and win the chip this year. Ruben Tarangi, the Tall Blacks captain, is back. And then Jordan Ngatai, we're going to talk about him a lot today and in the warm-up as well in the intros. But he goes back to Wellington. Redemption game.
Absolutely. A couple of games coming up on Sunday. We'll talk about those later. The Nuggets and the Jets, the Rams and the Airs. Let's have a look at the Hawks lineup for this one. Jared Kenny, talk about a workload. He's now the GM. He's starting season number 21. Ngatai, Rusbach, Hunt, Harris. It's a nice lineup.
Oh, very, very nice lineup. Experience across the board as well. And you get Jared Kenny back in there. Has to be the highest paid player in the league. He's the GM. Pay yourself.
Well, one man that Jared Kenny has spent many of those years playing alongside is Everard Bartlett. Everard Bartlett is now the coach. He's a first-year coach. Let's catch up with him now.
Coach, how does that sound?
Different, eh? Yeah, challenging. Definitely getting to see on the other side of the tables right now. So, yeah, just looking forward to it.
You've got a couple new faces in there, Jordan, Ngatai, Den and Brooke. How are they fitting in?
Oh, they're fitting in like just going really well together. Like, you know, they're coming in with experience. Yep. Ngatai's coming in with his winning attitude, and which I love. And then Denham coming from the Bulls. Yep. I hope he wants to turn up tonight and you know, prove a point.
How's the preseason been? You get out and run, or you're going through a lot of sets? Obviously, Hiram Harris has been away. People come in late. How's preseason been?
Look, it's been some disruptions, obviously, with the cyclone happening down there, and you know, a bit of setbacks. But the boys have been really professional about everything, eh? And they've turned up, and you know, with Hiram and with Jordan Ngatai coming in quite early, it's actually good because they set the tone.
You have a lot of players that have been here before. Obviously, Jared Kenny is back for his 89th season, and he's doing it once again. But you have a foundation that is there. But you're a brand new coach. You got a couple new guys. What sort of style are you going to play this year?
Look, you know, we love to do the run and gun type of style, but I feel that with the vets that we have, the experience that we have, we need to play smart. You know, we need to be smarter on the court, and that's what I've been harping on about is, you know, let's just play smart basketball, and that's what we want to do.
Coach, good luck.
Well, Brooke, one of the big changes in the off-season was this man right here, Jordan Ngatai, long-time Saint, now lines up for the Hawks.
Yeah, has the potential to be the biggest pickup of the league this year. If we get the Jordan Ngatai that you see in the black jersey, then he is going to be a huge, huge pickup. And I think, you know, it's time for Jordan to go out there and give this one a go and get out there and be the Jordan that we know and we're used to. And that Saints lineup was busy last year, and they were big. And this lineup here got him, Hiram Harris, Ethan Rusbach on the other side. They're scary owls.
And a new young family for Jordan Ngatai in the stadium tonight here at the Stockyard. Great to see them. Well, let's have a look at the Bulls, and they have certainly made a lot of changes in the off-season. Ricky McGill is the import. Keep an eye on him tonight. Isaac Davidson, Tyrell Harrison, more on him shortly. Jaden Bazant, Dan Fortu. There's a real Sky Sport New Zealand Breakers feel about this Bulls team, isn't there?
Is there what? And Dan Fortu is a name that I know we're going to say a lot this year, but just looking at him in the warm-ups, he is flying around and looking athletic.
Daniel Sokolovsky is the new coach. He's the fourth coach in 4 seasons for the Bulls. Here he is.
Coach, brand new season, first year coaching the Bulls. How are you feeling?
Excited, really excited. This is a special place, a special organization, a special community, and we're really excited for the opportunity to represent them the right way.
I know you personally haven't really had much time to breathe. Breakers wrap up and you're straight back in here. How's preseason been?
Far too short. A normal preseason where the way I came up in professional basketball through Europe is a minimum of 6 weeks, and we've had less than half of that. So it's been a great test for me about establishing priorities and trying to cultivate habits in a really short time. It's been a great experience.
What sort of brand are we looking at the Franklin Bulls this year? Last year they got out, they got a lot of threes up, running, gun. What are we looking at this year? Very similar, or going to switch it up a little bit?
We know modern basketball says efficiency happens most in the open court. We have no problem with high efficiency early layups or threes, but we will pride ourselves on the other end of the court, defensive physicality and intensity, a connectedness we want it to feel difficult to play against us, and we definitely want to execute on the other end.
Coach, welcome to the league. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, Brooke, there they are, the Bulls, and right in the middle of that is Tyrell Harrison. We last saw him in 2019 with the Giants as an 18-year-old, I think, back then. He had 13 points and 6 rebounds a game. He's now spent 6 seasons in the Australian NBL. Look out for Tyrell Harrison this season.
Yeah, and he's hard to miss. Big boy, big body, and he went away and sharpened his tools. Every day training against Aaron Baines, who's been in the NBA for years and years and years. So huge pickup. If we can get the productivity that we expect from Tyrell Harrison this year, man, who knows how far this Bulls team's going to go.
Well, let's go to the TAB head-to-head, the official stats and betting partner of the Sal's NBL, TAB. The Bulls finished 8th last season. They missed the playoffs. The Hawks scraped in there. New coaches, both sides. We've spoken about Harrison and Ngatai. Bazant and Rakawa. What a matchup that is.
Yeah, what a matchup. Excitement across the board as well. And Darone's going to play a huge, huge part in this one. And we look at Jordan Ngatai. He's coming over here in these brand new... It's a little bit different seeing him walk onto the floor here in the white and orange uniform. But I look at that lineup right in front of us. Jordan Hunt, Jared Keeney, Hiram Harris, and Jordan Ngatai with Ethan Rusbach there as well. It's an exciting lineup.
The officials tonight, Ryan Jones, Sharon Martin and Mikey Graham. We are just about set to go. Sit back, relax, strap yourselves in, because the new year, the new season, the Sal's NBL is about to get underway. And I can think of no better game to start us off than the Bulls and the Hawks. Ironically, they met each other in round 1 last season over at the Bay, and the Bulls got the win by 4.
If we have a 4-point game in this one today, I'm going to be a very, very, very happy man.
Well, speaking of which, you better give us a quick tip. That's what we like to hear. Here we go. We're underway.
I'm going Hawks.
And it will be the new Bulls import with the first touch off the hands of Tyrell Harrison. McGill gets it back now from Bazant. Right there with him, Jared Kenny. McGill, looks like the Hawks are in a zone to start this one. Harrison, first touch inside, 4-2 underneath, off the glass. Oh, big Tyrell.
And right on cue. If you can get that from Tyrell, crashing the boards all year long, he's going to have a lot of those opportunities.
Opening points for the Bulls.
You know what, that's big as well. Just gives them confidence. Gets in there, easy bucket, finish it through. You got a couple points and a rebound in the first 20 seconds.
Natu got to the hoop, couldn't finish. Loose ball inside, whistle's gone. And I think the Bulls may be bailed out here.
But it looks like they're going to get out and run. Straight out the jump. Talking to coach before this game and said some of the most efficient shots that you can get is out in transition and open shots like that.
Davidson, back of the iron, rebound, quickly up the floor. Rusbach from Ngatai, steps around and puts it in. He's off for the N1. Ethan Rusbach, one of their best players, if not their leading scorer last season for the Hawks.
Yeah, and you can expect much of the same. Ethan puts a lot of time in the off-season, went over to the Philippines this year as well. And like I said, with Tyrell, went and sharpened those tools. And just like that, Ethan's up to 3 points. Normally does it from behind the arc. It's a different way they can fill it up.
Averaged 18 a game in season 2022, a product of Kashmir High School. Ethan Rusbach up and running. Here's Bazant. Spent a lot of time with the Breakers over the last 6 months. Actually made his ANBL debut for the Breakers in 1 game. 4-2 inside, hands it off. There's big Tyrell Harrison again. And he is going to be a handful, Brooke Rusco.
Handful is a great way to put it. You can see just in this first minute and some change how important he is going to be to this team and the league, just hanging around in the paint, too big, too strong, and gets to the line.
213 centimetre, 23-year-old Tyrell Harrison. 72% free throw shooter. That one comes up short. Of course, all of the stats brought to you by the TAB. Harrison started well. He's got 3 points of his own, ties it up early.
And interesting to see both teams here, full court pressure to start this game.
Here's Nartai. New colours. Hiram Harris came in with a bit of a injury on a knee contusion. Oh, off the glass, banked that home. Rusbatch, 6 points in the game.
And he just saw his defender went under the screen, saw a glimpse and banked it home.
Here's Davidson. Nartai right there with him. Harrison surrounded by three, puts it out to Ricky McGill. Can't complete it. And up they come again, the Hawks, quickly sizing up their options. Here's Jared Kenny. GM by day, basketballer by night. Doubled. Hiram Harris stripped away. Good defense by the Bulls. On the charge, Fortu off the glass for another two.
And expect a big season from Dan Fortu this year. And the glimpses that he had with the Breakers, he was great. Crashed the offensive ball, played with energy, and expect a big role from him here with this Bulls team this year.
As we expected, quality matchup. Offensive foul. That'll be against Hiram Harris, his first.
And sometimes you just got to try, you know, see what the refs are calling it this year, how they're going to be in this game, and definite offensive foul from Hiram Harris, but it's just a cheeky one to see what he can get away with.
Ricky McGill out of New York, the 188 centimetre guard, 25 years of age, maybe wore a little bit of contact a couple of times there, no whistle. Up come the Hawks, and that'll be a foul on Fortu stepping across.
Yeah, and he ate a bit of contact there, but one thing you did see is that first step. Got around, hip checked.
And how about the Fortu family? All three, Isaac, Dan and Ella, all played for New Zealand in 2022. Quite an amazing stat.
Yeah, they're an amazing, amazing family, and a humble family at that as well. And I guess when you got Isaac at the top leading the pack, easy to follow suit behind that.
Absolutely. I know Ella recovering from a knee injury at the moment. She'll be watching tonight. We wish her well. Here's Nartai bustling his way to the basket. He's called for a travel. The Bulls fans love that. Plenty of voice, as always, here at the Stockyard. You can expect that right throughout the season. Here's Jaden Bazant. We know his quality, Brooke. Rusbatch with him. Harrison, ball on the floor. Showing some good ball skills for the big man, but in comes Jared Kenny.
And just smart there as well. Saw the big turned his head and like he was 23 again.
Hiram Harris.
Behind.
He's fouled. Jared Kenny trying to convince Sharon Martin that he should be off to the line.
And a real feel-out process here to start this game and start the season. We're early into this, and I think both coaches will be fairly happy with this first few minutes. Been up and down, it's been quick, a couple turnovers here and there, but you know, you expect that early stages of the season. Fourth
season for Hiram Harris with the Hawks. Here's Jordan Hunt. He's become a part of the furniture at the Bay as well. Harris, 4-2 in front of him. Likes his chances there. Foul called. That one will go against Dan Fortu, and that's his second.
And matchups across the board. Everywhere you kind of look, there's his own storyline within this game. You got Hiram and Dan Fortu going up against each other. Jerome's just checked in here. Him and Jaden will have a nice little matchup. Jordan Hunt and Tyrell down there as well. So individual matchups across the board.
in for his first run. Jamal Brantley, you may recognise the name. There's Jordan Hunt for 3.
Yeah, his brother had an amazing season with the Sky Sport Breakers this year, and I know that a lot of Breakers fans will hope that he can make it back.
And let's not forget, he played a couple of games for the Breakers himself, and what a start for Jamal Brantley.
Yeah, good screen, easy roll, good find on the rim. Nice way to check in and find your first bucket.
Tight one early here at the Stockyard. Harris, Denham-Brook in new colours, up against his former team tonight. He's into the play. Rusbatch with the miss. They'll go again, though, the Hawks. Firing away, Ethan Rusbatch. Why not?
You blink and it's up. And he works hard all off-season long. And, you know, these first 2-3 rounds are a real feel-out round for a lot of these teams. But the season go by so quick, you don't really have a chance to find your warrant of fitness and get your oil up. So you have to get it going nice and early. And Ethan knows that, and he's come out striking early.
Hawks up by 2. Tying it up, though, Tyrell Harrison. Good start for the big man tonight. Here's Harris. Oh, heavy collision in there. That'll go against Ethan Rusbatch. Didn't like the attention with Ricky McGill. They have a laugh about it at mid-court. Bit of a tap on the head from each of them. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Let's see if we can pick this up. There it is as McGill and Rusbatch come together. What were your thoughts on that one? How did you see it, Brooke?
How's off-season been? You been all right? It's nice to meet you. Welcome to New Zealand. I got the first 9 points. Just say hello.
I like the fact they patted each other on the head with smiles about 3 times each down the floor, as if once wasn't enough. Oh, Brantley. Goes to work. Had to get over the top of Denham-Brook. Brook in the end, 1 out.
And Denham-Brook back to a place that he used to call home. So it'll be interesting to see how Denham-Brook comes out this year.
Here's Daron Rakawa doing Daron Rakawa things. Kisses it off the glass. Where's the foul? And the Hawks, number 88, has a chance.
Yeah, he's so dangerous off that on ball. He's a great mid-range. Flow game is there as well. And he can pretty much score any way you like it with that handle. Creates contact really well and finishes too. And normally when he gets to the free throw line, shoots it around 80% plus.
Yeah, he does. This will put the Hawks out by 3. No mistake. Ngatai about to come back in for the Hawks. And I think also joining him, young Josh Tautaga-Lavau, who joins the Hawks from the Saints. And there's a real Wellington feel about the Hawks this season, isn't there?
Yeah, without a doubt. Obviously, Jordan Ngatai has been a part of the Saints. And like you said before, with Jordan Hunt being furniture, Saints are so used to seeing Jordan Ngatai out there. He's been the captain of their team, won championships down there as well. And he's made the move up to the Bay, and we'll see how that goes.
Here's McGill. Late foul call. Copped a knock on the arm. He'll head off to the line for 2. Dom Kelman-Porto has also joined us on the court. There he is on the replay, McGill, and just a late touch of the arm there from Rakawa.
So it's a big season for everyone, right? But DKP, Dom Kelman-Porto, has been down in Southland and doing an amazing job down there for the last few years. And, you know, we're so used to seeing him in Orange, and it's a brand new change and a new environment and a new location. And
well, what a great get for the Bulls as well. They signed him late. 18 points, 18 rebounds a game last season, Kelman-Porto. So when you talk about recruits late in the piece, he's as good as they get.
Yeah, and one thing that you can guarantee with Dom Kelman-Porto, he's a good teammate. He's not coming in with any extra baggage. He doesn't have an ego. He'll set screens. He'll finish the ball well down in the paint. So you can guarantee you got a good teammate by their side, veteran in this league now, and you got him coming off the bench. You're right, huge signing.
And what a big couple of weeks it's been for Kelman-Porto. Bronze medal in the 3x3 Asia Cup. Is Brantley. Sweet stuff off the right hand.
Staying aggressive. Great way to start this. Got into the paint a couple times. Good finish over the right.
12 apiece midway through the first. Tautaga-Lavau. Ngatai, former Saints teammates. Here's Hiram Harris. Big season expected from Hiram this season. fumbling, nowhere to go. Did he walk through the gap? He did. Doesn't matter because the shot clock has sounded. Turnover there against the Hawks. And how important is he for the Hawks this season, Hiram Harris?
Well, you can say they go as far as he takes them, but you kind of just expect Hiram Harris to have another big year. He's done a great job of improving year after year after year in this league, and he went away and played with the 36ers, Adelaide 36ers, and strength to strength in the ANBL, really solidified himself over there, and expect another big season from Hiram Harris.
14 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists
and just
per
really
game.
matured over the last few years. Doesn't force anything, lets the game come to him. Every single night can go out there and get you a triple-double. And some nights he'll have 4 points and 19 rebounds, and the next night he'll go out and have 27 points and 12 rebounds. And it doesn't really matter to Hiram about points as long as they get the win. And I've seen a real growth in Hiram Harris over the last few years, and it's great to see.
12 apiece midway through the first. Hoopheads is up and going Wednesday nights and Thursday nights on Sky Sport. Hope you enjoyed the opening episode.
Hey, you looked the part, man.
This week. Thank you very much. A lot of fun with Mulls and Casey. Speaking of which, Mulls and Casey in action tomorrow night for the Sharks and the Jets. Good Friday basketball in the Sal's NBL.
Man, you're right. It just keeps going. And it's amazing that you blink and this league finishes and then the Breakers do so well and that momentum carries over. And I think we all thought that the Breakers had that one. 7 minutes to go. They're up 7. And the exposure that they gave, though, just keeps basketball rolling here in New Zealand. And now here we are for a brand new season.
Speaking of the Breakers, Brantley, his brother had a big season. Dom Kelman-Poto, unstoppable inside. He goes to work. Has 3 players jumping all over the top of him. And he's certainly not foreign to heading to the foul line, but he won't be heading there this time because the referees have consulted each other and a travel's been called.
Yeah, but you just saw the strength that he has down there. He's loaded in the back, strong in the back, and he's got all the time in the world. If you get DKP on the post in a one-on-one, it's normally a bucket.
Bulls pushing up the court here. Christian Varno onto the floor. The 18-year-old making his debut. Here's McGill. Oh, just copped a knock there from Denham-Brook. Don't think there was anything intentional there. Just a clash of legs. Here's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, and you'll see just here, just a clip of the ankle by mistake.
Just those quick hands, but you have to protect the ball, and man, he can get out and run.
Ricky McGill has just entered New Zealand from Hungary, playing with Sopron KC. 17 points a game.
He looks hungry out there right now.
131 games with Iona University, the Gales. 1,434 points. So he can find a bucket.
Yeah, he can fill it up. And you can see that first step that he has. He's just straight off the mark and get to the rim. And seems physical out there at the moment, and he'll find his moments, he'll find his points, get to the rim, get to the free throw line like he is right now, and missed the 3 early, but you can see the jump shot looks nice.
It looks like we've had a change on that call to an unsportsmanlike foul. It is. It's going to be 2 in possession, so Bulls out by 2. What have you made of the opening 6.5 minutes of the season?
Yeah, real feel-out process right now. It's fast. The guys are playing really, really fast at the moment.
Oh, how about the young man? What a start.
Way to get in there.
Tatui Lewis.
Get on the rim. Good job.
On debut. First shot of his career is a good one. Gotta love this from the young man. The Sal's NBL is full of young stars, and there's one to remember right there. First basket for Tatui Lewis, 195-centimetre guard out of Te Araha College. What a start for this young man.
Great start. And as I was talking about, the game is just really fast at the moment. You know, it'll slow down as the season goes on and everyone find their points and find their moments and grow into the offense. But he took his time. Came off the handoff, little hesitation, got to the rim.
19 years of age. I like this from the Bulls, getting a couple of the young guns in there early. A taste of it. There is Lewis, just wrapping around with the foul.
I think if the game does stay at this pace, it is actually going to favour the Hawks. They're a little bit older in terms of the experience that they have out there. You've got the Jordan Artais, Jordan Hunt's about to sub in, Ethan Rosbach. they've been around the block. They're weathered. They know what it takes, but this game is just so fast right now. No one's waiting in the corners.
Just looking over the back of Tagovailoa here, and Jared Kenny is standing alongside Christian Varno, who's 18 years of age. Christian is one of 4 Bulls players tonight who weren't even born when Jared Kenny made his debut in the Cells NBL.
They're probably not even sure what team he played for, because that team's not even in the league anymore. But that just shows that, if anything, obviously the youth that is coming through is amazing in this league, but it's you got to tip your hat to Jared Kenny, and he's found the fouts in the youth. He still looks youthful and in great shape, and it's great to have him in the league.
Here's Ricky McGill. Oh, I gotta like that.
There's that speed we were talking about. Put your head down, get on the rim.
Motoring up the floor, Ricky McGill has started well for the Bulls tonight. And under pressure, the Hawks down by 6 and just trying to find their stride at the moment.
A really, really good first quarter.
Up and in the Bulls
team.
Yep. Putting the pressure on. Ngatai going to work on the young kid. And off the glass. That is just classic Jordan Ngatai.
And they need to milk that. In my opinion, and I've been around Jordan Ngatai since he was a young boy. I call him my protege. But that's where he is the absolute best. He's almost unstoppable. His footwork, he is strong down there. He takes his time. He can finish with both hands. And that's one thing that I didn't see from him as much as I would have liked to over the last couple of years. And hopefully, Jordan gets that back down in the paint. And he's a great passer as well. So the W, he'll find you as well. You just have to move and cut.
And hopefully young Tatui Lewis learnt something then. Up against Jordan Ngatai. Here's Brantley. There is Lewis going long. Underneath, DKB hustling and bustling. Kelman Poto unable to finish on that occasion.
And Jordan Ngatai wants it straight back in the post again.
This time, he's got McGill with him. Height advantage favours Ngatai. Back outside, Hunt, Kenny on the move. So too on the move.
And just no ball movement on off-ball movement on the weak side there.
Yeah, Denham-Brook was on the move before the ball landed. Here's McGill. Sizing up his options. What can the American do? Too fancy in the end. Denham-Brook with a hand. Up come the Hawks again. Here's Jared Kenny inside. Denham-Brook, he knows these rings. Adds another 2 for the Hawks.
And great job from Jared Kenny. They just turned the corner, flat in the defense, and Denham-Brook rim run. Easiest bucket he's going to get all night.
Last 2 seasons, of course, with the Bulls. Denham-Brook.
And excited to see how he goes this year as well. Brand new location for him. He's a huge part of this Bulls team for the last couple of years, and can stretch the floor. Obviously can finish on the rim as well, and look for a big season from him.
Here's Jordan Hunt. Foul in there. Yep, against Brantley. And Jordan Hunt will head off to the line. He's a handy 84% shooter from the stripe, Jordan Hunt. Of course, all the stats in the Cells NBL, proudly brought to you by TAB. Got a timeout called late in the first quarter by the Bulls. They lead this by 1. Ricky McGill, 5 points in the game. Jamal Brantley has 4. And Ethan Rusbatch has 9 for the Hawks. What a start to the season for Ethan Rusbatch.
Oh, and he can fill it up and has filled it up for years and years. And if you give him just a blink of space, it's going up, and 9 times out of 10 it's probably going in. And just like that, they turned it around. You know, they slowed down. They found their time. They weren't rushing out of corners. They went to Jordan Ngatai in the post a couple times, and in the space of a minute, they have the chance to take the lead.
More Cells NBL action coming your way. That looks like Junior Ngatai just there.
It is. It's Jordan's brand new little baby girl, and it's a beautiful partner Paige as well.
Fantastic.
Apparently sleeping very well. I know a lot of parents will be like, oh my gosh, don't say that, but apparently sleeping very, very well.
Cells NBL highlight show. Join us every Tuesday night from 7:30 p.m. You can pick up all the action, every single game, in our weekly highlights show. Sharks and Jets tomorrow night. Mulls and Casey have got that one covered. Looking forward to heading back down to the Deep South. New coach for the Sharks, Guy Malloy.
Guy Malloy, obviously you might remember the name, was part of the Tall Ferns and was with the Saints early last year. So not that he needs redemption or anything like that, but I know he have a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and he's got a squad down there. And oh man, I love me some Julio, and I cannot wait to see how he goes this year.
Yeah, well, he's my breakout candidate.
I hit him as well.
And yours as well.
Yeah, picked him too.
So here's Jordan Hunt. First one.
Oh, you jinxed him. I knew it.
As soon as we started talking percentages, it was all over from there, wasn't it? Can he level it up? Yes, he can. 19 apiece with a minute to play in this first quarter. Been a lot of fun. Thursday night action right here on Sky Sport, the Sal's NBL. Bazan. Lewis to the corner. Varno puts it in for Harrison. Quickly double teamed. Hard pass out to Bazan. He's got to put it up. Long range. Won't count. Out of the hand late.
And same thing. When Jordan Ngatai posted up, there was no movement on the weak side. And once again, there was a lot of watching Tyrell. They saw the double and no one was cutting off the backside.
Good defense from the Hawks. No doubt a lot of their fans tuning in tonight. Some tough times in recent months at the Bay.
And talking to Ev before the game, Coach Everard Bartlett, it's just, I mean, training's a little bit tough for people coming through. There's obviously so many movements and a lot of disruption. So for them to come out and have a first quarter like this, rush their parts, but they found a bit of a groove here late. And
Ngatai proving to be a bit of a handful for the Bulls at the moment in that low post.
And when it gets into the bonus, you just go there and you milk it till it runs dry. And they've done it the last 4 possessions, and it's worked out the last 4 possessions.
A couple down there for Jordan Ngatai, 5 points in the game.
And the reason is it works so well if you get Jordan in the post is because they have great shooters. Jordan Hunt is a great shooter. Denham Brook in the new colours is a great shooter. Ethan Rusbatch, we know what he can do. So you can't really double from too many places, and if you do weak side cuts, they'll find the shooters. Otherwise, go to work.
Harrison matching up against Hunt.
Speaking of being a handful in the paint.
There's the foul, just stepping in. Not a lot in that, to be fair. And I think Jordan Hunt probably agrees. Tyrell Harrison in deep conversation out there. As Daron Rakawa, just in front of our commentary position, steps onto the court for Jared Kenny. We spoke earlier about JK. I think it's season number 21 in the season. In the league. A product of Westlake boys. There's been a lot of players to come out of Westlake over the years.
Yeah, let me chuck you on the spot. Who's the greatest player to ever come out of Westlake?
Oh, don't do that. I'm going to go JK. only because he's sitting very, very close to me. Here's Tyrell Harrison from the line. What have you made of Harrison's start back in the Sal's NBL?
Great start. We can see how dominant he can be in this league, doing a great job of controlling the paint down there, crashing the boards. He's a big body, can finish well. He'll continue to go to strength. And here's the thing about this league is we see Daron in the final seconds of this quarter.
Here we go. Jordan Hunt. No, can't finish. Ball still alive. Ngatai goes to work. In and out. That'll do us. Quarter time. 21 apiece. A lot of fun to open up the season. Thursday night action in the Sal's NBL, and as expected, it's going to be a close battle tonight here at the Stockyard. 21 apiece. Don't go away. Second quarter on the other side of the break. Welcome back to the Stockyard. Quarter time. Great battle. 21 apiece. The Bulls and the Hawks. Justin Nelson, Brooke Rusco with you. And Brooke, let's have a look at those TAB stats to quarter time.
Yeah, really like what I saw there. 21 points, and it was a little bit messy, and we spoke about this at the start. It was a little bit fast to run through this, but just some of the stats. Ethan Rusbach came out firing, had 9 points in that first one. Tyrell Harrison showed his dominance. He 7 points in the first one as well, and it'll just be about protecting the ball. A lot of turnovers for that Hawke's Bay Hawks team. 7 in that first quarter. It's not going to get it done.
They got the opening possession here. Plenty of steps there from Rakawa. Here's Nartai spinning to the basket, looking to dump it off to Jordan Hunt. They lose it. Lewis up quickly. McGill, plenty of space on the wing, dumps it inside. Foul there against Jordan Hunt. He's not happy. He's got a couple. Claims it was all ball. Hiram Harris chips in for a conversation as well.
Huge foul there. That's his third.
Third, in fact.
Third foul on Jordan Hunt.
Which probably explains why Denham Brook just came past us and gave us a bit of a cheeky grin as he stepped back onto the floor.
But there you go, it just shows the importance of Tyrell already. 3 quick fouls on Jordan Hunt, who was a huge part of this team last year and will continue to be a huge part of this team this year as well, and puts him on the bench.
3 of 4 from the line tonight for Tyrell Harrison, make that 4 of 5. He has 8 points in the game. What a pickup this has been for the Bulls this season. Big Tyrell Harrison, all 213 centimetres, misses the second. Rakawa. Harris to Denham Brook, inside. Nartai quickly doubled, brings it back out. Here's Derone on the dribble. Heavy through traffic. Loose ball picked up by McGill. Bulls charging back the other way. Brantley up and over. Can't complete. Up and back stuff to start this second quarter.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're going to do a lot of. Turnovers and long rebounds. The Bulls are going to get out and run. And might be very similar to this breaker system that they had towards the end of the year as pick your moments, but when you get the chance to get out and run, make the most of that.
Rakawa wants some space here to go to work on young Lewis. Up and in, no. Bobbling around off the iron, and the Bulls back the other way. Ricky McGill.
Just settle down. Turnover was there, but slowed it down. Wanted to run through something. Tyrell's been huge for them. Try and find him in the paint, but loose turnover. And they'll find that connection as the year goes on. Where do you want to find your space? Where do you like the ball?
Here's Hiram Harris, and in! Gets the friendly roll. He's always on triple-double watch, is Hiram Harris.
I thought it was pretty good D. Strong finish there from Hiram Harris, but good strong finish though, and that's definitely the foul.
Now don't forget, one of the new things into the Cells NBL this season are the Sky City player timeouts. Something to look out for. I've got no doubt as we get through this quarter towards half-time. Each team gets one per half. We may see them come into play during this second quarter.
And if you can do it right, if you can nail it, there's potential that it's an absolute game changer. And we saw that late in the year with the Tuihi season last year. If you can nail it, if you can call it at the right time, huge plays in the game.
Here's McGill. Harrison wanted it down in the low post. Denham Brook right there with him. McGill goes it alone. Still trying to find his shooting touch in this game. Ricky McGill has 5 points, 1 of 5 from the field. Nartai, too quick on that occasion.
Good D. Called it, beat him to the spot, lost the ball on the spin.
Harrison has size inside. Jared Kenny working his butt off to try and hold him down. Not needed in the end. Nartai, great pass by Hiram Harris outside Denham Brook. Yes!
Good pass, good finish, and he's so used to these rooms, and this crowd base is so used to seeing him do that right here.
Hawks now out by 5. Nice run at the moment. Harrison turns it over. Kenny comes up with it.
And the boys are looking fit at this time of the season. This is a quick-paced game, picking their moments. They slow it down with Jordan in the post, and you know something that we're used to seeing from this Hawke's Bay Hawks team is Hiram in the post, and
oh, look out, Denham Brook again.
it's just a bit of a different look, and Hiram is great at cutting when you turn your head, and just another option they have if Jordan's in the post.
Huge opening week for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Bulls tonight, Saints on Saturday night. Again, they double Harrison. Here's Brantley. To the right, to the left, Isaac Davidson. Big three-pointer needed there for the Bulls. Isaac Davidson delivers.
I think Isaac Davidson, Dan Foster, and Jaden Bazan, who have all been a part of the breaker system over this last year and have been playing alongside Barry Brown and Jarrell Brantley and Derek Pardon, they need to have huge seasons this year.
First points of the season for Isaac Davidson. Brings it back to a 2-point margin. Here's Jared Kenny. Long, deep two on the buzzer. JK winding back the clock.
Got all the time in the world.
Well, he started in 2002 as a fresh-faced rookie for the Harbour Heat, and here he is in 2023.
He's still really fresh-faced.
He is 37 years of age. Ricky McGill off balance, not a good shot in the end. Here come the Hawks again. They're starting to look good. Oh, Brantley up strong, athletic stuff. Wins it back for the Bulls. McGill, another look, that time for Ricky McGill.
Like the shot. Great job, dribble penetration. Off the break, flat in the defense as well, found the shooter and hit the three.
There's the replay. Ricky McGill, nothing but net. He's out to 8 in the game now, and the Bulls back to within 1. Ricky McGill's got a good story, actually. Have a listen to this. 4 seasons at Metro Athletic, and in all 4 seasons, they won the conference. The only player in conference history to win the title every single year. Ricky McGill.
You can't
He's a
fake
winner.
the funk. You cannot fake the funk, and if that's the case. This opening quarter and a half as well, proven his worth in numbers.
8 in the game.
That works. 4 seasons, 4 wins.
Yeah, like that. Bulls will be happy if he brings that pedigree to the Sal's NBL this season. Loose ball, turnover. Yes. Bulls get it back, and the Stockyard finds their voice. Isaac Davidson, been with the Bulls since the showdown in 2020.
Wow. Done a good job.
And for memory, his opening game at the showdown was 28 points, thereabouts.
This is a solid job. You know, he's got a great shot. Can score inside. See the good kick out.
There's 4-2, back into the action, 2 deep, good defense from Denham Brook. They battle after it again. Rusbatch comes up with it.
And that's the thing about this Hawks team at the moment. Yeah, they've got experience across the board, but in terms of height, as we see Jerome make a big 3 right there, in terms of height, lacking in height, so they're going to have to box out, and that's why Jordan Hunt being out is such a big loss.
Shot the 3 ball at 44% last season, Rakawa, so we know what he can do from beyond the arc. Hawks have it by 4. Again, turnover. Not a good pass into Tyrell Harrison. And here is Daron again. Stepping back. Can he add another? No. Comes up short.
I like the shot, though. Daron can fill it up quickly, can give you 8 points just like that, and he just hit one wide open in trans and just missed it, but I like the shot.
Davidson. Harris, very, very good defense on that occasion. There is Daron, using the experience and his body to create some space. Timeout called. The Bulls want to have a chat. They're down by 6.
And this is where Daron's really good. Get out in transition, creates contact, finishes on the rim well for someone who's a fair bit smaller than most. And you know, if you cut one thing off, he's got a great spin, he's got a great handle, but can pull up at the free throw line and give you a bucket just like that.
Now, big news during the week, Brooke. Sells re-signing for 6 years as the naming rights partner of the league, all the way through to 2028. That'll take him to 11 years as the naming rights partner of this fantastic competition, the Sells NBL. Speaking of the Sells NBL, I'm hungry.
You want to put that in front of us as well? I'm hungry too. What a sponsor that they've been. You know, they don't miss the mark. Great for the league. Do a great job of promoting it as well. So it goes both ways, but for the NBL, that's great to have Sells on board for another 6 years. Huge signing. I'm hungry now too.
I am.
Little pepperoni piece right now wouldn't hurt.
Hawks out by 6. Make sure you pick up the NBL Steel, the Sells NBL Steel at Sells New York Authentic Pizza right around New Zealand. Everard Bartlett, how would he be feeling at the moment?
Yeah, he's got that, you know, that first quarter and some change out of there, and he's probably finding his feet about now. I was talking to him before the game, and he was a little bit nervous, but naturally you would expect that, and probably more nervous than when he was a player. When you're a player, you're so used to it. You know what you're going to do. You've done this year in and year out since you're about 4 years old, and you know, stepping onto the other side right now, and it's a complete different ball game as a head coach. But you know, they've done a pretty good job of. They went to Jordan Nata until that ran dry, and then they try to pick up different offenses along the way, and I think he'd be pretty happy right now.
Hawks shooting at 57%, Bulls at 36%. Hawks with the 12 turnovers. The Bulls really haven't made them pay for those mistakes, have they?
Yeah, they do need to look after the ball, and 7 in that first quarter, 5 already, and that's one thing that Everard Bartlett will not be happy about right now.
Davidson with space on the wing.
They jumped into that zone and found the shooter quickly.
They'll restart again, the Bulls. Needing a basket here. Can they get it from Dan Fortu? Spinning back to the basket, off the glass. Strong stuff, knocked away. Brooke comes up with it. And the Hawks breathe a sigh of relief.
That was a spin that his brother would have been proud of. I think they called that the 4-2 spin.
Here's Razbach for 3. No doubt Isaac will be watching on tonight. We wish him well. Big part of the Tall Blacks program. Of course, the Tall Blacks off to the World Cup a little bit later on this year.
And a loyal servant. That's one thing about Isaac. He's been a loyal servant of the Tall Blacks since he made that at a very young age. Obviously, he was at University of Hawaii, and then he stepped away and has been playing overseas in Europe, and now he's in Japan. But one thing that he will always do is find time to put on that black jersey, and every time he puts it on with pride, and he plays very, very well for them.
Jordan Natai into the game. 5 points. Jared Kenny taking a break. He's been involved in everything so far, as Jared Kenny. Here's Kelman Poto. McGill, turn of speed to the basket. How about that?
Like we said, you can't fake the funk. Can't keep him on his right.
Speaking of speed, the Hawks back the other way. Daron Rakawa setting up young Tataga Lavau. And Tataga Lavau is off to the line. Have a look at this for a turn of speed. Off to the races. And he was good enough to actually get back to his feet and hand the ball back.
He's quick, he's strong, he's athletic. You got to force him back into that screen, though. You got no help on the weak side. Rips it right. We know what his first step is like already. Give him that gap, force him into that screen, and get help in the middle. If he rips it baseline, you might as well put 2 points on the bucket.
21 years of age, Josh Tataga Lavau played 3 games for the Saints last season. Actually scored 10 points on debut against the Sharks.
Oh, play him more.
Well, already we're starting to see Tataga Lavau get some minutes.
Athletic, strong. Watching him in the warm-up, he was flying around. Good pickup and hopefully a big year for him.
Well, that's the long locks were flying around as well. Here's McGill. Oh, gets his own rebound. Ricky McGill, and another chance, and in. Oh, big-time stuff from Ricky McGill.
A lot of contact down there as well, finishing well.
Hasn't he been on fire in this first half? 12 points in the game for McGill. Rakawa wearing the bumps and bruises.
And I think that is a foul.
1.
But that is 2.
2. and 3. Ricky McGill has been involved in everything.
And you see the frustration. He looks at the ref after that foul, and there was a foul down there on Jerome, but he's taking a lot of contact down the other end, and he's got to keep finishing, and eventually he'll get to the free throw line.
Here is Jerome Rakawa. Came off the bench tonight. 8 points in the game. He's been lively, as he always is.
And I actually think it's, you know, as any basketball player, there's something special about being in the starting lineup. But I actually like Jerome coming off the bench. It gives him that spark. You can start Jared Keeney and just... We see this.
Yeah, scoreboard has just decided to go on the blink, so the officials will fix that.
But yeah, like I was saying, I like Jared Keeney starting the game. He's a foundation player. He'll get everybody in the right spots. Everyone else can try to find a bucket. Jared doesn't need to go out there and score 25 points a game, but then you also get that spark off the bench, and as you can see right now, Jerome's filling it up.
Here's Davidson. McGill has been the star of the show so far. Going to work again, deep 2. Not on this occasion. Hiram Harris quickly back the other way for the Hawks. He wants to get on the charge. Back outside, look out, Ethan Rusbach. And they'll get another look.
And one player's name that we haven't seen much, and he can fill it up quickly, but he's not even on the court at the moment, is Jaden Bazan.
Oh, Hiram Harris. Well, that is just what we like to refer to as G&D. Guts and determination there from Hiram Harris.
And he's full of it.
Bursting in off the weak side there to get the O board.
This is a smart play. If you watch the ball, generally, if you shoot it from a certain spot, it's going to land in a spot where Hiram just crashed the ball and fell right into his hands. And if you shoot from the baseline, it's normally going to land on the other side.
And it's an effort play, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Offensive rebound, charging in. It's an effort play.
Absolutely. And he misses the free throw, but just helps them keep their scoreboard ticking. Been quiet for the last couple minutes for them, been kind of stuck on 36 points, and it also stops the Bulls getting out and running.
Of course, Hiram Harris, 4 years now in the Australian NBL. Illawarra Hawks, Cairns Taipans, and now with the Adelaide 36ers.
And really finding a home too.
Hawks by 5. 1.5 to play in this first half. Kelman Potor. How's young Tataga Lavau in there working hard for the Hawks? Battling away, almost got it back for the visitors. Here is Dom Kelman Potor. Not often we see DKP without some sort of colour or streak.
Was just thinking that.
In that mop.
Where's the pink here?
Not there. As we mentioned earlier, bronze medalist last week with the Tall Blacks 3x3 team.
Chris McIntosh obviously a part of that as well. This one's Tuatara.
Here's Davison stepping back off the dribble. Can't convert. Rakawa keeps the ball alive. Harris now. 5-point margin. Can the Hawks extend? Rakawa into Tataga Lavau. Back out to his point guard. On the charge, the number 88. Hands it off. Oh, Ethan getting up and putting it down.
And great cut on the weak side. We're so used to Ethan hitting that 3 and staying in that corner, but cut behind the defense and easy finish.
Rusbach. What a basket at one end. 4-2 trying to finish at the other. And it will be a Hawks ball. 34 seconds to play. Have a look at this. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Here comes Rusbach. Down goes Rusbach.
And it's just too easy, though, from Jerome. Got into the middle of the paint. Pretty tough to help from there. And Ethan read that. Help came from the bottom. Easy bucket.
Hawks with a chance to extend this 7-point lead before the half. Too easy there for Hiram Harris, finding some space. The Bulls needing a stop. Rakawa. Decision mid-air. Rusbach on the move. DKP did not move. And now the Bulls with a chance late in the quarter. 4-2. Oh, from Christian Barno, and they get a late basket to drag it back to a 5-point ball game. What an opener in the Cells NBL for season 2023. First half has had everything. Hawks lead it by 5. Ricky McGill, 12 points for the Bulls. Ethan Rusbatch, 11 for the Hawks. Let's head down to Brooke Rusko. He's got Ricky McGill.
Yeah, Ricky, how do you make that first half? Welcome to the league. How do you make that first half?
I mean, we just got to get some stops, man. We got to play hard on defense. We getting what we want on offense, but we got to buckle down and play some defense.
You're showing that speed right now. You're getting into the paint. Seems physical down there.
Yeah, it's very physical. I'm good with that. I'm good with physicality. I like that. That's where I'm from New York. That's why we breathe physicality over there.
Welcome to the league. Good luck in the second half. Ethan Rusbatch joins us as well. Ethan, big first half from you. We expect nothing less. You got to go in nice and early, but how's the lungs? How was preseason?
You've seen the dunk, so I guess it speaks for itself,
How's the shootings there? Brand new kind of. So you got the foundation there, but you got the likes of Denenbrook coming, Jordan Natai there as well. How are you finding playing with him?
No, it's easy. Like, they've been there nice and early in Hawke's Bay, so we've had a lot of time together. It's nice playing another opponent instead of each other all the time. So it's just tightening up the screws a little bit, and I think we'll be good.
Tightening up the screws there, a lot of turnovers. That's killing you guys at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've got to tighten the screws up, and then we'll be sweet.
Hey, good luck in the second.
Thanks very much. Halftime here. The Bulls 34, the Hawks 39. As the two teams, after the cuddles, head in to listen to their respective coaches. Let's take a quick break. On the other side, we'll pick it all apart. The opening half, run and done in the Cells NBL season 2023 is underway. TAB stats coming up shortly.
snomi. Okay.
Welcome back to the Stockyard. Half-time here, and the Hawks out by 5. Big weekend for the Hawks on the road, taking on the Bulls tonight. The Saints on Saturday. Let's have a look at the TAB stats to half-time. And, well, the Hawks are going to be pretty happy with what they've seen, Brooke.
Yeah, very happy. You know, they take the 5-point lead going into half. It's the first half of the season. You know, you're trying to iron out a lot of the creases that are coming through at the moment. I think we see last year's stats.
Yeah, that's
Sammy Dempster.
Not sure that Braden Inger's playing, but that's okay. We'll bring those stats.
Hey, DKP's out there. There you go.
Yeah.
We snuck one in.
Yeah. And,
no, but yeah.
Got to tell you, I've missed Toby Galuli as well.
Good to have him back.
We'll get those stats back up for you later. That's
hey, we're all ironing out the creases.
Yeah,
you know, it's not just the players, it's us as well.
That's clearly from a fair while ago, but that's all right. Let's have a look at the games coming up in round 1, because there are some really interesting matchups, and there's still players that haven't arrived yet that will arrive over the next couple of weeks. Sharks and the Jets tomorrow night.
Yep. Once again, we talked about Guy Malloy earlier. I can't wait to see him going around there. Yep. The Jets had a promising season. They wrapped up the year last year really, really well. Natu Tafali kind of has a foundation there that he is building, so I'm excited to see how they go this year as well.
Well, I think the Jets are going to be a little bit underdone tomorrow night as well, maybe missing a couple of plays. Giants and the Tuatara. How about the Giants late this week? 3-4 days ago, it was looking like no imports. Now they go into late Saturday afternoon with Matua Maker and Avery Woodson, 2 imports into that lineup.
Well, I think Mr. Fitcher knows what he's doing down there. I think he has something in his back pocket the whole time. But you're absolutely right. Huge ones to come. And you know, that Tuatara team, there's potentially could be the most experienced team that we have. You have the likes of Cam Glidden joining the Tuatara, who was a big part of the Breakers, can spread the floor. I think he's going to be great in this league. Rob Lowe was huge last year, and the guy that I'm leading to, the Tall Blacks captain, Ruben Tarangi, comes back into the NBL for the first time in a few years, and I expect a huge year from Ruben this year.
Well, it's usually cold here at the Stockyard. Not sure that it's that cold tonight. There's Ella Fortu in the crowd. Of course, a star in her own right, not only in To'ihi, but also for the Tall Ferns as well. Great to see her out there. Great to see you out here as well, enjoying yourself in the Sal's NBL. We love our fans. There's no doubt about that. And they're all having some fun tonight. Half-time, Hawks lead it by 5. Don't go away. Second half coming up shortly. And what you can do right now to enjoy the second half even more is get on and pick up the Sal's NBL Steel. Just $30 online. Make sure you use the code SALSNBL 2023. Great to have Sal's with us for another 6 years. Second half not too far away. The Hawks lead it by 5. Welcome back to the Stockyard. Half-time here in the Sal's NBL opening game of the season. The Hawks lead it by 5. And there are the Bulls with some work to do in this second half. Justin Nelson and Brooke Rusco with you. It's great to be back.
Great to be back. It's loud in here. The crowd's showing up on a Thursday night, first game of the league, and they're a pretty good first half.
It was a good first half. The Bulls with some work to do, and if we take a look back at last year, the Bulls 3-6 here at home at the Stockyard, 3 wins, 6 losses. The Hawks 6 wins and 3 losses on the road.
Yeah, and you really have to, you know, the league doesn't go for that long, so you really have to take care of home court. And early stages of the season, one half down, and Jaden Pazan is obviously going to be a big part, but didn't see much of their first half of 3 fouls. And Daron, as we see on the floor right there, big punch off the bench and had a good first half.
Hawks got the Bulls here last year at the Stockyard by 10 as well. Second half just about to start. Jaden Bazant just on screen there, very quiet in the first half.
Yeah, 3 fouls really got him. Same as Jordan Hunt, you know, to go to the bench early. And you know, maybe you got to find a blessing in the silver lining somewhere, and maybe that helped McGill get going nice and early and just show what he can do for this team. But Jaden Bazan will be excited to get going as we see him come in. And on cue, there you go.
Brooke Rusco, you are a genius.
Well, he sat with the Breakers all year long, you know. He sat behind Will McDowell-White, who I just heard has signed another contract with the Breakers. So all Breakers fans will be very, very excited to have him back. As we see Jaden force a turnover there as well, but, you know, behind himself, Isaiah Liapo was there, Barry Brown Jr. So Jaden's been learning from them for the last, you know, 8+ months, and he'll be excited to get out here and really unleash this year. And
he did make his ANBL debut with the Breakers back in December, playing the 1 game, and found some minutes against the Tassie Jack Jumpers.
He's just a cool character. Like, he didn't seem overwhelmed by the moment. Just came in there and did what Jaden does, and I thought he did a pretty good job, all things considering.
Hawks shooting at a 50% clip in the first half. There's Jordan Nartai been involved in everything. Kenny unable to finish. McGill, no contact there. Referees let the game continue. Here is Bazan. Gets it back inside, 4-2. Rusbach down low, defensive stance, 4-2, finds a gap. And Dan 4-2.
The exact same thing. Been with the Breakers all year long. Sat behind Jarrell Brantley. As we see Jaden pick up his 4th foul, and that's a huge, huge foul there as he, you know, comes in and he hits his first shot.
And he knows it too.
First turnover and makes his way to the bench a minute into this one.
There's Dan 4-2. Good basket at one end. And there's the foul just leaning in. Smart play, Jared Kenny. And young Lewis steps onto the floor as Jaden Bazant sits down. Head in hands. He knows that
did you see
minutes,
the Moulet?
Yeah, I did actually see that. Good finish. Jordan Hunt responding for the Hawks. We might get a closer look at that a little bit later on. I think that's young Broden Perry. Here's Harrison.
And just showing the size. Took his time. Didn't finish the first one. Has to finish the first one.
Oh, slick pass. Jared Kenny finds Ethan Rusbach. Talk about unlimited dimes in the Sal's NBL this season. You won't find too many better than that.
And just constant ball movement off the ball movement, from Ethan Rusbach, and that's what he does. He's fit, he comes in shape, he shoots the ball well, and you turn your head, he's on the rim just like that, and expect him to get a shot up here quickly.
Kenny uses the screen, hands it off. Nartai on the reverse. You can tell those two players have spent a lot of time on a basketball court together.
And just too easy. You know, Jared Kenny gets into the paint twice, back cuts, and Ethan and Jordan find some easy layups. We'll see another turnover.
Yeah, no doubt the game plan from the Hawks. Every time the big man Tyrell Harrison gets his mitts on the Molten, they are going to surround him. Kenny. Outside ball. Jordan Hunt.
That's a great shot. Jared Kenny's doing a great job of just getting into the paint, taking his time, finding the open man and picking them apart. Then it just becomes make or miss, and Jordan Hunt can definitely hit that three.
Lewis to Harrison. Harrison fumbles. May get it back. Falls to Davidson. They'll get another look at it, the Bulls. McGill brings it out, restarts.
And that's just the size thing, but overall the Hawks are winning the rebound count.
Davidson from the corner. Isaac Davidson. And the Bulls bring it back to 1. Harris at the other end, knocked out by Harrison. Here comes Davidson, puts it up. Dan 4-2. Davidson with the rebound.
I think Isaac just needs to go straight back up on that one. Gets the rebound, deep in the paint. Look for your shot.
Here he is again. That time had his left arm held back. He's off to the paint. Off to the line, I should say. Up by 1 are the Hawks.
And that's just way too easy as well. We talked about Jared Kenny getting into the paint, deep into the paint, collapsing the defense, and no pressure there. Straight line, finds the shooter and corner pocket.
And there's that 3. So a chance here for the Bulls to take the lead. Dan 4-2. And if you were ever wondering why he wears the number 42.
Let me think about it. Let me think. No, I've got it. Favorite number.
The official stats partner of the Sal's NBL, the TAB. Dan 4-2 tonight. Talking of stats, 3 of 10 from the field, shooting at 30%. But he has now hit 1 from the line, 1 of 2 for 4-2.
I know that he's 3 of 10 right now, and they're shooting at 30%. And some people wouldn't, you know, be frowning at that. But I like the shots that he's taking. He's being aggressive. He's getting into the paint. He's not settling.
Byron Harris on the move. Classic stuff from the Hawks. 22. Heads up play. Big block. Oh, Jordan Hunt flying in from nowhere. Slaps that one off the glass. Big play from the Hawks number 15. How about that?
And hustle plays. At this point of the year, doesn't give up on the play. Meets him at the rim.
Huge play for the Hawks midway through this 3rd quarter. Jordan Hunt. And the Hawks back with possession, out by 2. Nartai now. Dumps it inside. Rusbach looking out for Jared Kenny. Jared Kenny puts his hand up and says, hey, I'm over here.
He put his hand up. He knew he needed to get to the corner. Ethan's so good, and it's almost basketball like you. You get to the corner and you flatten out the defense, and Ethan in trouble there. Just thought that one of his players would bail him out, and Jared knew he had to get to the corner.
Here's McGill, 12 points in the opening half. Oh, great work getting back to the left. Riding the bump. Can't finish from the short corner. The Bulls looking for a basket. Kenny looking for one of his own. Draws the foul. Well, that's just experience, isn't it?
And there's 3 times down now. It's like he's found the young fella run off some screens and just running through screen after screen after screen. And we see just gets to the paint. Quick spin. That might be a foul on Fotu.
And you look at this lineup out here for the Hawks, just loaded with tall blacks. Harris, Kenny, Nartai, Rusbach.
And if they're not in the tall blacks, they're fringe tall blacks. Jordan Hunt's on the fringe. Jerome Roka was about chicken. Fringe tall black, has been with them before as well. So you're absolutely right. The experience, I'd love to know the number of games that these guys have played together. The experience that they have out there on the floor. And we haven't really touched on this tonight. No imports.
No. Ira Lee, announced by the Hawks earlier today, I think. He'll be with the team in a couple of weeks' time. A 6'8" power forward. Oh, Dan Fortu misses one that he'd like to take back.
I think he thought the contact was coming and just couldn't find it.
Here's Harris. Kenny wants some space. Puts it down to Harris, bumping bodies. Going in heavy, Isaac Davidson, good defense. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. Bulls back with the ball. 4:20 left to play in this third quarter. Here's Kelman Poto. Draws all the attention, puts it outside to Isaac Davidson.
And just a good find. Took his time. Defense collapsed. He goes deep into the paint. Found a wide open shooter. Hits the three.
Gets the crowd on their feet. Here's Kenny. Doesn't like the attention. Bulls by 1. Hiram Harris taking everybody with him. He took them out like 10 Skittles.
I'm not sure about that one. From this angle, it seemed like there was a lot of movement.
Hawks are going to get a timeout here. Hiram Harris wants an explanation. None coming. Whistle's gone. We're going to take a break. 3:48 midway through the third. Hiram Harris getting into it at the moment with the fans. Bulls lead by 1. Everard Bartlett wants a chat.
And a really good test here for Everard. First time coaching, it's a close game. Who do you go to? What sort of sets do you run? It's a real learning experience for Ev as well. So for the players, they're finding their rhythm, and Everard stepping into this brand new role. I know he's been around basketball forever, but stepping into this brand new role, what do you run? Who do you go to? What are going to be your options right here? Do you go into a zone offense, zone defense one time? All these options, do you pressure a little bit more? Do you fall back? Do you double the paint? All these questions you ask, and he's got the clipboard now. He gets to make the calls.
Don't forget to get your Sal's NBL team merchandise. There it is. Scan the QR code. You've got a little bit of time to do that now during this timeout. All the latest gear in the New Balance shop. Team merch available online now. There's Denham Brook getting back to that import coming in for the Hawks. For Hawks fans, Ira Lee, 6'8" power forward out of the Arizona Wildcats, currently playing with Vilpas in Finland, where he's going at 15 points and 9 rebounds a game.
You're getting in good stock. You're part of that Wildcats program. You're getting good stock in, 6'8", strong. He's going to be a huge help to this team. Just, we look at them, and we've talked about it, especially when Jordan Hunt goes out. They probably cap it at around about 6'5", potentially 6'6". So just to have 5 more fouls, another athlete out there, box out, clean up the boards, strong in the paint. Huge, 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 huge welcoming for them.
Ethan Rusbatch, leading scorer on the floor tonight with 13 points. Dan Fortu picked up for a travel. No complaints from him. No team yet to use a Sky City player timeout. Of course, you can't keep them, so if you don't use them in the first half,
that's it.
They're gone. Each team has one to go in this second half. Great work, Ricky Miguel. Don Kelman Poto finishes, but it was all the work back the other way.
Yeah, good steal, good hustle, way to find him, and DKP's got that YMCA game in him. Takes his time.
Here's Rusbatch. Ethan Rusbatch is having a night, 15 points in the game.
And third foul for Dan Fotu.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Oh, gets Brantley up in the air. Brantley was reaching for the rafters. Crafty play by Ethan Rusbatch. And how about the start to the season for the 30-year-old Ethan Rusbatch?
Doesn't muck around at the free throw line either.
Out to 16.
And just, he stays in great shape. If you follow Ethan on Instagram, he works all off season long, looks after his body, eats well, lives in the gym, and what we see right now is a product of that.
Hiram Harris, good block on Fortu. Fortu gets it back and finishes. 10 lead changes in the game so far tonight here at the Stockyard. Inside the last 3 minutes of this third quarter, Bulls by 2.
And we've got ourselves a ball game.
Justin Nelson, Brooke Rusco with you. Ethan Rusbatch doesn't get the drop. Davidson with the foul.
I think he got lucky on that one. He created all the contact, jumped into him. But at that point, you make the refs make the call and finds himself at the free throw line.
All of our Sky Sport commentators were asked a couple of weeks ago who they thought would win the title this season. Who did you go with, Brooke?
I thought the Tuatara was going to get it. But I want to chuck out my silent assassins. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams come through this year. And
Don't pick 9 silent assassins, by the way.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams just pop up and just silently go about their business down there and end up there at the end of the year.
Yeah, they're my tip. Ricky McGill. His first basket of the second half. Oh, look at that. Dan 4-2. Getting after it. Jump ball is called. Gutsy stuff by the Bulls, number 42.
Here's what I will say about the league this year. It is a competitive league. You can't really just look at one roster and go, okay, yeah, they're going to win it.
Now, you'll see there in that replay, Jamal Brantley was trying to call the player timeout, the Sky City player timeout. He can't actually do that. It has to be the player with the ball. So the player with possession is the only player that's allowed to call a Sky City player timeout. So in that replay you would have just seen, Jamal Brantley was trying to call the timeout. He didn't have possession of the ball.
And I think this is what a lot of the players and the coaches are going to learn at the same time. You see, no one else really noticed that. No one else picked that up. If you're a player out there later on in the season, you're going to call that and say, hey, ref, that's wrong.
Yep.
We need the ball for that.
Yep. How many times do you think we're going to call Jarrell Brantley this season?
I don't make mistakes, so I won't do it.
Here's Rusbatch back underway. Bulls by 2. Urakawa steps back to the left, likes the space that he creates. Can't finish the good work. There's Everard Bartlett. First game as a senior coach in the Sal's NBL. What a player he was.
Oh, past his time. He was, you know, one of my vets when I started and did a great job of taking me under his wing and just teaching me the ways of the dragon, if you will. And he was a real professional back in the day, and we watched him come through the breakers and spend time with the Wildcats. And, you know, he's been a loyal servant of that Bayhawks team, and obviously it's going to continue to grow. He can shoot the ball too.
Absolutely, he can. Picks up the dribble to Targa Laval. Shot clock down to 8. Little hand in there from Brantley was good. Jared Kenny keeps it going for the Hawks. Pulls up now. Oh, Jared Kenny.
I think the recipe for their offense just needs to let the clock wind down. Jared chucked it up at the end, 100% right now.
Game tied up. 4-2. Maybe just trying to force it there. Bulls will hold possession. Jared Kenny, 4 points in the game. Feels like he's been involved in everything, though. Inbound ball for the Bulls. Here's McGill. Quick step again. Davidson for 3. That time comes up short. And the Hawks.
That right there could have been one of the most veteran moves I've ever seen. Jared had a chance to get the ball and get out and run. No, let's take a second. Let's find our breath. I'm going to let this one ride out. A couple of deep ones. Let's run the offense.
Speaking of the Rams, they take on the Airs Sunday night, 6 p.m. That game also live on Prime. Every Sunday, 6 p.m. game live on Prime, as well as Sky Sport. What a big start that is, Rams and Airs.
Oh, huge start. You know, the Airs were this close. They were a turnover away or a Rob Lowe three-pointer away from being there last year.
And, of course, don't forget Hoop Heads every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Look forward to your company on Sky Sport for Sal's Hoop Heads. Inside the last minute here of the third quarter, Ethan Rusbatch in and out. McGill with the rebound. Brings it back for the Bulls. What a start to the season this is. Nothing in this game. 10 lead changes. Brantley off the glass. Doesn't get the roll. Will head to the line.
And same thing we talked about before. We talked about this in the second quarter. Is you have to force them back into your help. So there's no help. We look here. We lets him rip. Gets up and in. Pretty much forces him baseline. There's no help down there. Gets to the foul line.
And he's got a little bit of G League experience as well. NBA G League. Played with the Raptors 905. Has also played in France and Portugal. So he's a road warrior. He's been around.
And I think he loves New Zealand, from what I've heard. Obviously, he was at the Breakers all year long. His brother shot back to just casually the NBA, as you do. He's part of the Utah Jazz at the moment.
Yep.
His brother played LeBron James yesterday, which is, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Who?
No, really.
Puts both away from the line. Bulls lead it by 2. Plenty of noise here at the Stockyard tonight. You can expect that all season long. Thursday night hoops on Sky Sport. Great to be back with the Sal's NBL. Good hands, mid-court. Bulls come up with it. The young man, Mackenzie, getting his first taste of the season. And onto the stat sheet with a steal. Dying seconds. Shot clock won't matter. All about the game clock here. Down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. McGill to the hoop and makes it. Ricky McGill, late shot here for the Hawks, won't drop. And at 3/4 time, 10 minutes to play, the Bulls with the last 2 baskets of the 3rd quarter. They lead it 58-54. Massive last quarter coming up. Don't go away. This one is headed down to the wire.
Sorry.
Welcome back to the Stockyard. Huge game to start the season. Love it tonight. 58-54. The Bulls with the 4-point margin. Brooke Rusco, former Tall Black, former superstar of the Sal's NBL, is right here with us. And he's about to take us through the TAB stats to 3/4 time.
Yeah, turnovers are really killing the Hawks right now. 17 turnovers so far. And really need to look after the ball. The thing about it on the other side is the Franklin Bulls aren't really converting, and that's the one thing that is saving the Hawks right now. 12 points off turnovers, but they do need to look after the ball going into this 4th quarter. And on the other side, you got to be careful if Jamal Brantley's around you. 4 steals in the game so far.
Well, here we go. 10 minutes to play. Bulls out by 4. Opening possession of this last quarter. Can they get off with a win to start the season? The Hawks on the double. They've got the Saints Saturday night. This would be handy. Harrison in and out.
Good pass, good offense, good defense. Jordan Nata met him on the rim. Strong bump. Missed the shot, but it's a good look and good help on the weak side.
Jaden Bazant continues to sit with 4. Jordan Hunt's got 3 for the Hawks. Rakawa, indecision mid-air. Davidson there to mop it up. He gets to the hoop. He comes up short. Jordan Hunt. So missed opportunities, both ends of the floor.
I think you need to throw that one at the rim and let Brantley go and get it.
Hiram Harris tonight, just 6 points in the game. Here he is. Natai.
Oh, he traveled.
He did. We need to give you a whistle, Brooke Rusco. 18 points, Ethan Rusbach, game high scorer. Ricky McGill has 16 and 7 rebounds as well for Ricky McGill. Here he is.
and played all but 45 seconds. And you expect imports to play huge minutes, but obviously Jaden Bazant hasn't really had a chance to feature in this game with foul trouble, and he's really stepped up and picked up the load.
When do you bring him back in? Bazant, that is. Here's McGill. That'll come up short. Bazant, when do you bring him back?
I think you bring him back in soon. You know, you give him a chance to find his legs in this one. They've done a pretty good job up until this point of playing well without him. But you also have to give McGill a chance to find his legs and just sub out for a minute, maybe even two. So if it was me, I'd roll the dice. Hopefully we can let him ride out the last 8 minutes, as we see Jordan Artside go to work in the paint.
On the TAB stat sheet, how many minutes tonight for Jaden Bazant?
Yeah, he's played 7. He came in, hit a 3. He's got a steal. And outside of that, he's got 4 fouls.
No score added in this last quarter. Can the Bulls change it right now? McGill, they swing it around. Brantley, it's been through 4 sets of hands.
And I know he
doesn't
missed.
fall.
That was the best offense that we've seen in this game. Dribble penetration, up fake, went to the weak side, rotate, found the wide open shooter. He up fake, got to the rim, misses the shot, but that's the best offense so far.
Speaking of through hands, the Hawks all getting a touch of it. Inside, outside ball. Harris stepping back, nowhere to go. Shot clock down to 7. Nartai, that one is off to the right. And still we wait for a basket in this last quarter. 2.5 minutes played. McGill, impressive on debut. Stepping around. Dan, 4-2. How good was that?
Nice, strong finish. Got to the rim. Like we said before, it's not settling. Up they got to the rim. Good finish with the right. Calls for the sub. And it'll be interesting to see who's got the legs, who's got the lungs to close this game out. They're up 6 right now. Defense is looking good.
Pressure on the Hawks. Pressure on Jared Kenny. Rebound battle as Ricky McGill has just gone 3 rows back. Thankfully, they were all Bulls fans. Picks himself up. Hawks hold possession, 13 seconds on the shot clock.
And like we've talked about, the experience with this Hawks team. I know they're down 6 right now. There's 6 minutes to go. It's the first game. They won't be stressed in this moment. They played too much basketball, either as a group or individually, to stress right now. So I know the Bulls are on a bit of a run if they continue to push this out. It's going to go a long way to winning this one. But you just know that the Hawks won't be stressing too much this year.
Oh, great play off the baseline by the Hawks. Jordan Hunt finding the running, curling Ethan Rusbach. He has 20 in the game now. Hawks bringing it back to 4. Young McKenzie back onto the floor for the Bulls. Here's Davidson. Harrison hands it off. McGill back to the big fella. 213 centimetres, going to work inside. One way, then the other. Nice finish on the left.
And that's one thing about being in the ANBL. The game's a lot faster, it's a lot physical in the ANBL, it's the level up. So when you come to this league's a great league, it's a very good league, but you almost have more time when you're down there.
Nartai. Jordan Hunt loves a 3 ball. That one halfway down. How did that miss? Davidson, Brantley, McGill. Shot clock down to 10. Bulls out by 6. Here's McGill. Pull-up jumper from just beyond the line. Sweet shot, Ricky McGill.
You know what I really like about that offense is they're at 6s and 7s. They wanted to get Tyrell in the post, got a little bit jumbled up there. Point guard said, you know what? Let's go back to the basics. Let's get a high on ball. And I'm going to make the play.
Bulls by 8. You were saying earlier that the Hawks look super fit. They look tired right now. McGill again using the time. Shot clock at 7. He'll put up a late one here, will he? Yes, goes alone for 3. Ricky McGill! Oh, look out. McGill has landed in Aotearoa, and he is up and about.
He's just taking over this ball game. Import come in. Point guard, it's in his hands. Hit the shot before. 5 points just like that in the 4th quarter when they need it the most. Done a great job of getting into the paint all game long, finishing through contact. found himself a little bit of space, and like you said, he's a proven winner.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, 21 in the game. The TAB stat sheet, Ricky McGill lighting it up tonight. 7 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. And he's hit a couple of triples as well. The Hawks with the job to do now. They trail by 11.
The Hawks just can't fill it up right now. You know, we're halfway into this fourth quarter, the quarter that matters the most, and only scored 2 points. And you're right. You know, fatigue could be setting in right now. It's the first game. These guys haven't played in a long, long time. You can practice as much as you want, but there's a different level once you get out here and play. And, you know, to be fair, I think the refs have really let them play today. There's been a lot of physicality down low, up in the passing lanes. And maybe fatigue is just sitting in late in this ballgame.
33 rebounds in the game for the Bulls, 32 for the Hawks. Nothing in that. 19 turnovers for the Hawks tonight. That's been costly.
Yeah. And with the experience that we constantly talk about with this team, they know that they can't turn the ball over like that. And a lot of unforced turnovers, hands in the cookie jar. Just got to protect the ball, rip through, be strong in their triple threat. But 19 turnovers is going to make it tough.
Bulls lead at 67-56. Jaden Bazant back into the game. Let's see if he can make it through this one. Has been battling foul trouble across the game, Jaden Bazant. Hawks with the job to do now. 5 minutes to play. They're down by 11.
I tell you who's not tired, Jaden Bazant. Huge welcome back into this fourth quarter.
Nartai. Brantley called for the foul. Referees just having a chat to each other here. Ryan Jones and Sharon Martin deep in conversation, as are the two teams. And I think they're just looking to the officials here to see what the call is. Points are going to count. So it was all about continuation, that chat. And boy, oh boy, did the Hawks need that.
Huge bucket. Also gets the and one, gets to the free throw line as well. And Everard Bartlett is just pacing up and down the sideline. And what an opportunity it is right now for Everard as well. Chucking to the deep end, single swim type of moment. What do you go to? What do you run? And a great learning experience for Everard as a first-year coach as well.
Nartai with 9 in the game. Pretty sure that scoreboard will update shortly. There we go. Here's Harrison, slick pass inside, and Bazant finishes. Close attention from Rusbatch. Jaden Bazant able to withstand that attention. And you're right, he looks fresh.
That's a good read. Saw the switch, slip behind, great find, easy bucket.
Kenny creates some space. Hunt underneath, good hands, Harrison. Kenny gets it back, they've got a score here. Going in hard, Nartai, big Tyrell. Well, he's going to be hard to score on all season long, Tyrell Harrison. There's not too many guys in this league standing at 213, but there's one of them right there.
Yeah, he's big-bodied, and right next to him was Dan Fotu. It's going to be tough to go through those two.
Foul called against the Hawks. Bulls have it by 11. Oh, Ethan Rusbatch. Jaden Bazant just a little bit lazy there, and Rusbatch has made him pay.
Yeah, got caught looking at coach. Took his eye off Rusbatch for 1 second, saw that. Big steal.
22 in the game, Ethan Rusbatch. Giving the Hawks a glimmer of hope. Back the other way. Here's McGill, he's been the star tonight. Dan Fortu steps around. Little fake, little shake, little bait, little mate.
Big bucket. Took his time once again, stayed aggressive. Little pump fake. Just had to freeze Jordan Hunt. Finished well on the rim.
Oh, Harrison somehow has knocked that in.
I think he helped there.
He definitely did. Everard Bartlett up out of his seat, I think just says thank you. There is Tyrell. He'll get done for an offensive foul here. So it's an 11-point margin, 3:09 to play.
Tyrell's done a great job of staying out of foul trouble too. Staying vertical down in the paint. It's his first foul of the game. 12 points right now, 8 rebounds.
And of course, he's been in that matchup with Jordan Hunt, who has 3 points and 4 rebounds. So Tyrell Harrison getting the win in that matchup tonight. Hiram Harris will fire away. Jordan Nartai will go again. With Brantley doubled now by Harrison inside. Nice little slick handoff to Hiram Harris. Here's Bazan under all sorts of pressure. They bring it back out to 4-2. Time is a friend of the Franklin Bulls right now.
And a luxury to have as well. You welcome in Jaden Bazan, but he's also a point guard.
Margin at 7. Oh, Tyrell Harrison.
And that's what I'm talking about. You welcome back in Jaden. He's a point guard. He can take the ball, but then you have McGill playing off the ball. Then he has a little bit more space, gets into the paint. Easy dish. Big finish.
Well, here it is. McGill, thank you. Harrison.
And Ethan won't be happy. You got to stay in front of him. That's just a straight line drive this time of the game.
14 points tonight for Tyrell Harrison. Bulls back out by 9. Couple of minutes to play. Rusbatch has to get busy. And in the end, the space just opened up for Ethan Rusbatch. Got a timeout called by the Bulls. They're going to have a chat. What do you make of Ethan Rusbatch's game tonight?
As expected. As advertised probably with Ethan Rusbatch. He's going to fill it up. He's fit. He's in shape. Another game from Ethan Rusbatch. 24 points. Can fill it up from anywhere. 9 of 15. Got a pretty good job again to the free throw line. If anything, for him, he'd probably be disappointed shooting 2 of 6, 33% from deep, but sorry, 10 of 16, 8 of 10 from 2, and he's done a good job of up faking, getting into the rim, filling it up, and 26 points, almost expected for him at this point of his career.
A couple of the fans here at the Stockyard enjoying the opening game of the Sal's NBL season, as are those fans as well. And from all reports, Brooke Rusco, there's some big crowds coming this weekend. They're talking a sellout in Nelson.
Wow.
We know the Sharks, the Orange Army, they'll get out there in big numbers tomorrow night. The Saints on Saturday night. Spoke to Jordan Mills earlier today. He said ticket sales had absolutely gone gangbusters. They are expecting a sellout on Saturday night. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you better get on and get them now.
Well, they say Jay Mills pays the bills. That's the rumour down there in Wellington, and you expect nothing less. They've got a good squad, man. Their Saints team's exciting. Tom Vodanovic is back down there. Tohi Milner Smith is back there. Carl Adnam, all players that are a huge part of the ANBL. Apparently the imports can get out, they can run, they can fly. So sounds like an exciting bunch down there in Wellington.
Couple of minutes to play. Bulls in the box seat here to get an opening round season win against the Hawks, as they did in 2022. Here's McGill. The Bulls fans will be talking about him tonight. He'll be a big story out of this one. Bazant now over Hiram Harris. Has that big loop, doesn't he? That big arch.
But if they close this one out, which I think they will at this point,
this should be big for the Hawks. Off target was Hunt. Rusbatch inside. Jordan Hunt. Foul. Tyrell Harrison. And maybe just a glimmer of hope here for the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Yeah, I just want to retract that statement I just had. Still a ball game. But just having Jaden back out there, if the Bulls do go on to win this one, huge win with Jaden playing limited minutes. We see just what sort of dynamic player he is out there. He's controlled, doesn't fear the pressure, can get to the rim.
Oh, in and out. Hiram Harris may get it back. He does for the Hawks. 5-point margin. Bazant goes up big on Ethan Rusbatch. Foul is called. Bulls will get possession. Whistle against Rusbatch. Battle underneath the basket, but have a look at this. Athletic stuff. Ethan Rusbatch quickly pulling Bazant back up to his feet.
I know earlier we talked about who do we have winning this competition this year. I know it's round 1, it's nice and early, but just looking at the floor right now, the caliber, the standard of the NBL this year is in very, very good hands, and I'm excited to see who shows up this year. Individually, as a team, whose year is it going to be in the Sal's NBL in 2023?
Hey, Hawks have got the ball back here, 1:04 to play. They're not out of it.
Who said they were out of it?
Did you say that? 5-point margin. Have I told you that I've missed you the last 6 months?
Not enough.
Chance here for the Hawks. Dying stages, Thursday night action on Sky Sport. Oh, Jared Kenny dumps it off. Hiram Harris.
I think he might have got away with a foul there. Looked like a lot of contact.
No whistle, 3-point margin. Daniel Sokolovsky's jumped up. He wants a timeout. 3-point margin. Here's the replay. Jared Kenny sublime with the dime.
Yeah, with the way this game's been called, definitely could have been a foul late. Who knows what happens? They finish the M1, maybe there's an offensive rebound, but nonetheless, they get to the bucket, they score 2, and it's a 3-point game, 55 seconds to go.
How about this? The Bulls out by as much as 11 points this quarter, back to a 3-point margin. Everard Bartlett imparting his knowledge on the Hawks right now. What a big steal. This would be a Sal's NBL steal if they get this one tonight, the Hawks. Big finish over the last couple of minutes.
Oh, Sal's, we've got you covered like a sundress around here.
Well, what's Everard Bartlett saying right now?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm more thinking down the other end. On offense, what are the Bulls going to run here? Who do you go to? It's early in the season. You're still trying to go through your sets. Do you go early? Do you go late? Do you try and protect the ball? Do you go to Tyrell, who's been finishing well? Do you go to McGill, get him in a high on ball? I think down the other end, you just have to stay solid. Still a 1-possession game. Have to get a stop. It's a tough one too, because you're still learning your principles. You're still learning, where do we double from? Where do we trap from? Who are we trapping? If we trap here, how do we rotate? So at this point of the season, I think you want to keep it as basic as possible, sorry.
Back underway, 3-point margin, 50 seconds to play. Ricky McGill, 21 in the game, will use the time. Jared Kenny just steps back. McGill, glass, Harrison had it, lost it, Hunt comes up with it. Hawks are alive.
And they went to that high on ball, something basic, got the stop. Down the other end, Hawks stay strong.
Foul called against Ricky McGill. That's his first of the night. Don't forget, Jaden Bazant has 4. Jamal Brantley has 4. 26 seconds to play. Bulls by 3.
And interesting, with 26 seconds to go, they just changed the ball.
Hawks ball. Kenny, Rusbach, experience. Rusbach, ball on the floor, brings it back out. Hiram Harris, we've seen him do this before. Hiram misses at the basket. Jordan Hunt can't finish. Yes, he can. Oh, wow. 2 big misses there for the Hawks. And then the third effort, have a look at this. Miss, miss. There's the make on the tip-in. We're back to a 1-point ball game.
You just got to stay with it. Fight the good fight. It's a 1-point ball game, 13 seconds to go. Hiram Harris misses that bunny, which he'll be disappointed about, but as a good teammate does, on the rim.
Jordan Hunt came up with that huge block when he had 3 personal fouls in the first half. There he is. Gets the tip in, the putback there for the Hawks, and they've closed it to within 1. Both teams, the Hawks have 1 foul to give as well. The Hawks have 1 foul to give. Bulls by 1. How do you play this? Brooke Rusco.
Well, you've got to get your shooters back out there. Some people that you know you can trust at the free throw line. The first thing, though, is you have to get someone you can trust to inbound the ball. Someone solid. You need a good passer to inbound the ball. Someone who's not going to fear the moment.
Don't forget, both teams still have their Sky City player timeout to call as well. That could be decisive because you get to advance the ball on one of those timeouts. Will we see that come into play for the first time this season? Over the next 13.6 seconds left. Have the two teams spoken about it?
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. We see it in this last 13. Okay,
Well,
this is different.
Bulls have it here, and they're all lined up along the baseline. Every player. They move now. Ball in. They create some space. They've got a foul to give the Hawks. They want the foul called. And finally, it is. So some time burnt on the clock. 6.1 seconds, down to 7.5. Now both teams in the bonus.
And killed a lot of time. 6 seconds off the clock right there. See the 5th foul for Jared Kenny.
Jordan Hunt, in fact, I think it is.
Was it Jordan Hunt, sorry? There's 2.
So he's out of the game. Jared Kenny also on the sideline. 7.5 to play. Bulls by 1. McGill. Rakawa straight away fouls. That'll put Ricky McGill to the line for 2. And importantly, it will give the Hawks a chance still with 6.5 to play.
And they got people who want it. People who can shoot it. We know what Jerome can do. Jordan Hunt makes his way back onto the floor. Jordan Natai can hit the 3.
Well, Jordan
Harris
Hunt
did a good job of getting into the paint. You have to stay home on the shooters if this is a 3-point game.
Jordan Hunt is coming back in, by the way. You were right, Brooke Rusco. Should never have doubted you. Jared Kenny fouled out. McGill, first one, short. 6.5 seconds. 1-point margin. Timeout will come here if it's a make. McGill, 21 in the game. 22, no, Harrison had it and lost it. They get it back, the Bulls. It's come off the leg of Jordan Hunt. No arguments from the Hawks. They've got it back.
And huge, just didn't give up on the play. Big body, gets them another possession.
5.2 seconds. What an opportunity here for the Bulls. They lead by 1. There's the Sky City player timeout. So Dan Fortu, presence of mind, calls a Sky City player timeout at such an important time. And don't forget, with thanks to Sky City, ticket to the big game. All those community, sporting and school groups out there, 10,000 tickets to give away. Scan the QR code and you can get all the details for the ticket to the big game. Foul straight away. McGill headed to the line. Now, was that an unsportsmanlike foul?
I think they're calling it a 3-point shot.
Brooke Rusco, you might be right.
Was he in the motion? Was he shooting the 3?
3 officials, Mikey Graham, Sharon Martin, Ryan Jones, having a chat here. 4.3 left on the clock. Bulls by 1. Not sure if we can get a replay on that.
Found himself in a lot of space. Had time.
Here comes the call. Foul is called. We know it's on Jaden. We know it's on the Hawks, and it is going to be 3 shots.
There's not much fire here from the Hawks in terms of arguing the call.
Well, what we do know is Ricky McGill, from this spot just moments ago, missed both. The Hawks will be very happy to see at least one of these miss. The first one does miss.
He's been so big all game long.
What a finish to the opening game of the season in the Cells NBL. He's missed his last 3. Ricky McGill makes that one. 2-point margin.
The shot's nice. Is it a nice follow through? Doesn't hitch on the shot.
Timeout coming on a make, on a miss. Surely a player timeout. Makes it. Timeout called. And we've got a 3-point ball game with 4.3 seconds to play.
And then it's just going to go back to how big was that offensive rebound from Tyrell. Got them another possession, chewed up a little bit more time. Had the chance for the Hawks to have the ball with 7 seconds to go. chewed up another 3 seconds, scored themselves another couple points, potentially just won them the ball game. But Ethan Rusbatch is still out there, international shooter.
What a start to the season. And it's pretty quiet in here. I know we've got music playing, but there's a hush amongst the crowd. It's not often you hear that here at the Stockyard.
Yeah, it's a small stadium in terms of size, but man, it is loud in here. And you're absolutely right, for the first time, it does feel like a hush has come over the crowd.
There's Everard Bartlett talking to his charges, drawing up the play. Who do they go to? Rusbatch has 26 in the game. He's 2 of 6 from long range tonight. The Hawks are 4 of 21 from beyond the arc.
A lot of times, you know, when it comes to this point in the game, when you've got someone who is a prolific shooter like Ethan Rusbatch, he's had a huge game as well. You kind of use him as a distraction. I wouldn't. I'll do my best to get him a shot. Run him off as many screens as you need.
There he is.
Get him to set the screen. Get some confusion in there. Screen the screener.
Ball advances. Ball advances. Daron Rakawa, 44% last season from the 3. Here we go. Who's going to get the opening win of the season? Got to get it in. Oh, Rusbatch is open. He fires away. It looks good. It looks good. It is good. Ethan Rusbatch. Oh, how about that?
And they found him.
Game tied up. Late shot here. That won't go. We're going to OT.
They found him. That's what we said. Go to him. He set a screen. They fell asleep. Screen the screener. Wide open space.
29 in the game. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Harris had to get it in. Look at that, Ethan Rusbatch.
It's a Thursday for him. He's not flustered by the moment. Walked off like it was nothing.
75 apiece.
You asked before what I thought about Ethan in his game so far. Yeah, okay, now I'm impressed. It was as advertised before. I expect these big games from Ethan, but to show up, to hit the big shot when it matters the most, Ethan Rusbatch take a bow.
And you know what? There's 95 games in the Cells NBL this season. We keep talking about how close this competition is. We have started exactly the way that we've wanted to start.
What a way to start the season. Ethan Rusbatch take a bow. Everard Bartlett take a bow.
Absolutely. Drew it up, delivered. There he is, Everard Bartlett. And the Hawks back in this game. They trailed by as much as 11 in that quarter. 11.
You never listen to me.
I'm going to listen back to it. Official stats partner of the Cells NBL, TAB. I tell you what, the stats are working overtime tonight. Ethan Rusbatch, 29 in the game. None bigger than the last 3 points that he's added to his total. Ricky McGill, 23, 5 of 9 from the stripe.
Yeah, Ricky McGill right now will be kicking himself. Yeah, had a chance to ice this. Went to the free throw line, missed a couple, then missed another one, gave them a chance, gave them an opportunity, and it's one thing you can't give Ethan Rusbatch as a chance.
Well, the Cells NBL steal tonight. Are the Hawks going to steal it?
I said yes.
5 minutes, overtime.
What a game.
Set to go. Strap yourselves in. Do not leave your screen. Game on, Hawks and Bulls. And we're going to restart. Both teams have a timeout. Both teams also have a Sky City player timeout in an overtime period. And of course, team fouls. Reset. 2. On the 3rd, you go to the line. So keep an eye on that.
And now it's interesting to see how foul trouble goes.
Jared Kenny fouled out. We know that. Jaden Bazant sitting on 4. Jamal Brantley sitting on 4. Rusbatch, the hero. Hiram Harris. First 2 points of this overtime period. The Hawks down by as much as 11 in the 4th. Now lead by 2.
And if you know you're trying to find a silver lining right now, if you're one of the Bulls players and the Bulls coaching staff, is, you know, this is the early part of the season. What a chance for us to grow. What a chance for us to learn our offenses. What are we going to go to late as we see Jordan Nata get the ball and get out and run?
Knocked off the hand of Brantley.
But just the next chance to go through your stuff, go through your sets, learn what you're going to do late in games. And vice versa if you're a Hawks player.
How would this be for a start to the season for the Hawks? They've had such a hard time through the community over the last couple of months. They'll have so many fans sitting at home watching tonight on Sky Sport. And they've got the Saints to come on Saturday night.
And road wins, they're priceless in this league. You have to go out there, you have to win on the road. You obviously have to take care of home court, but every win that you can get on the road is huge. And if they can close this one out, still a lot of time left. 4 minutes to go in this ball game. But if they can close this out, big road win.
Bulls 3-6 at home last season. Brantley for 3. Loose ball. Nartai comes up with it. Hawks 6-3 on the road last season. Bazant chips in, gets a steal. And he's got fresh legs. Let's not forget that.
21 turnovers, just killing them right now.
Here's
to protect the ball.
Well, Nartai happy to let him shoot off the front of the iron. Hawks by 2.
And this is the luxury of having Daron Rokawa late in this game. Jared Kenny fouls out. Daron comes in and he can steer the ship.
Well, these are also the situations where Hiram Harris takes over. 12 points in the game. Rokawa hands it back. Hunt can hit threes. Jordan Hunt. They're out by 5. Some big plays from Jordan Hunt tonight. 4-2. What can he do? Under pressure, gets the roll.
Good finish. Looks like he's cramping up a little bit here. This game's been quick.
Nartai on the charge. End-to-end stuff there from the Hawks. Timeout called by the Bulls. Hawks are out by 5. And that last possession, offensive transition, absolutely spot on.
Yeah, turned around, got it in quickly. That's a beautiful offense right there. If you have the chance to get out in transition, no dribbling, and you find Jordan Nartai on the rim. But the worrying sign there if you're a Bulls fan and part of the Bulls coaching staff is Dan Foster just came out of that one. I think it's just cramp in the calf.
Now you can see here the Hawks going with a standing timeout, so we'll take the camera out of the timeout. That's their sign to say, hey, we don't want to have any cameras in here. And it looks like the Bulls, I know they're sitting down, so that's a welcome invitation.
Well, I'm thinking as a player, you're like, come on, coach, man, I've played almost 40 minutes. Let me sit down.
5 in the game. Stunning turnaround, overtime. If you've just joined us, I'm not even going to try to explain it. Where have you been?
Madness, absolute madness. This last quarter and a bit. Overtime to kickstart the season, eh?
Ethan Rusbatch, do you think that three-pointer will be getting some playback this week?
Yeah, it might be number 1 on the place.
Sal's highlight show during the week. I'm sure that one will be right up the top. The plays of the week. Dom Kelman Poto into the action now. 2:48 to play. Highlight show Tuesday night, 7:30. You'll be able to see Ethan Rusbatch's triple on replay over and over again. McGill, quick step into the corner. Bazant, nowhere to go. Shut down quickly off the dribble. Brantley, Davidson. No. Harris mops it up.
I like the timeout that they called, though, and did a great job. Dribble penetration. Found the shooter.
Here's Rokawa. Oh, Hiram Harris. Here he is again. This is his stage. It's what he does, Brooke Rusco.
And just what you were talking about. When it matters the most, Hiram Harris is going to show up. And it might not be on the scoreboard, but what do you need? Extra possessions. Daron can go and get it for you.
Well, that is a classic Daron pull-up jumper, isn't it? They're out by 7. Monumental performance from the Hawks tonight. Loose ball. There he is again. Hiram Harris, rebound number 10. He's got a double-double. 12 and 10 tonight. Rokawa skips around. Brantley gets the block. Does the Bulls import cramping up behind play? Davidson, they need a score here. Can they get it through? Bazant, pull-up jumper, floats it in.
Tough shot. Good D.
Back to 5.
Jaden Bazant can fill it up.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Here he is. Sweet shot.
That's good D. It's just a better shot.
And I tell you what, if you're a Bulls fan, don't worry about being 5 down, because for memory, the Hawks were down by 5 inside the last minute of regulation time. There he is, Jaden Bazant. Has been battling foul trouble right throughout this game.
And we've seen the impact that he can have as soon as he got back on. He's dynamic, He's under control. He can fill it up. He's got that rainbow shot. So he'll be chomping at the bit just to get back out there in the next game as well.
Inside the last 90 seconds. Overtime tonight here in the Cells NBL. Hope you've enjoyed it, wherever you may be watching across Aotearoa and right around the world. A miss there for Rusbatch. Harris, another rebound. That's 11.
But it's more than just a rebound. It's another offensive position. It's another 10 seconds on the clock.
And he gets another one. Hiram Harris. Shot clock's going to go, though. Didn't hit the ring.
But that's okay as well. I know it seems like they didn't get an extra position out of that, but it's okay because he got the ball, and they can now set up their defense, get back down here, find your man who you're marking, and doesn't give the Bulls a chance to get out in transition and find an open layup. Maybe hit a potential 3 and get the crowd back into this.
Bulls need to score here. Can the Bulls score? 5-point margin. The Hawks did it when they needed to. Now it's over to the charging Bulls. Ricky McGill doesn't get the roll. Rusbatch rebound, hands it off to Harris. They'll settle it down. 38 to play. Rakawa. Plenty of experience in the Hawks, number 88. Here he is. 13th season in the Cells NBL. Loses possession. He got the foot of 4-2. It falls to Bazant. Doesn't get it to drop. Seconds ticking down. Inside 18 now. They've got to go, the Bulls. Into the corner. Now inside to Davidson. They lose it. They had opportunities there. They didn't take the shot. The Hawks are going to get it. What a start to the season for the Hawks Bay Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up and clap. What a win for the Hawks.
Gutsy performance. That's how you get it done. Veterans didn't give up on the game. There was chances, there was moments when the Bulls could have run away with this one, and they didn't give up.
How about that? Celebrations all round. We'll get a quick interview with Ethan Rusbatch, star of the show tonight. What a win for the Hawks. They get home 84-79. Overtime game to start season 2023 in the Cells NBL. They're on the road, they've got the double, and they've started just the way they would have wanted. The Hawks by 5. Thrilling finish, down by 11 during the last quarter. Ethan Rusbatch, 29 points in the game, 11 of 18 from the field. He was the star of the show. Hiram Harris, 12 points, 13 rebounds. How about his last quarter and that overtime period? Absolutely sensational. Ricky McGill with 23 for the Bulls. Dan Fortu with 15. Tyrell Harrison starts the season with a double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds. And we're going to go straight down to Brooke Rusco. He has the star of the show tonight, Ethan Rusbatch.
Here with the man of the moment, Ethan Rusbatch. You hit the 3 when it mattered the most, but you never looked like you were unfazed about it. It's just another shot, it's another Thursday.
That's what I do. Another Thursday, like you said.
How are you feeling? That's round 1. You look like you're good. Look like the lungs are there. You're shooting well. You're playing with confidence. It was a tough game. There was chances that the Bulls had to win that game, but you guys stayed tough and you got it done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any punters out there, but we came in as underdogs, so you know, we really took that took that chip and we ran with it. So proud of the boys. Congrats to Ev on his first win, and we're going to prepare for another game on Saturday.
Yeah, speaking about Ev, first year as a head coach, you've obviously played with him for a few years now. How are you finding it? How's he finding the transition?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's easy for all the boys to gel with him. He's been around for years, so everyone knows him, everyone respects him. So he comes in with that, that respect straight away, and everyone's, we're here to play for him. So it's good.
You guys get back on the road. You have to win on the road in this league. It's one thing. You guys go down to Wellington. You know it's going to be tough down there. What can you expect? How do you guys continue to grow?
I mean, it's Wellington. I mean, anyone that plays out here in New Zealand is Wellington is they're kind of the top dogs going in before the season even starts. So we're going to take it like it's the most important game in the world. They've got a lot of big dudes. We're a little bit undersized tonight, but we showed that we can do it. So, on to the next game now.
A big game, way to get it done. 31, another Thursday.
Appreciate it, brother. Just another Thursday.
Just another Thursday, and what a Thursday it was for the Hawks Bay Hawks. They start the season in great style. Junior Nartai, very, very happy with that one. Fantastic win tonight for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Overtime, they get up 84-79, but it is only game one of round one, and we've got so much more to come. Sharks and the Jets tomorrow night. Saturday double, Giants and the Tuatara, Saints and the Hawks. And then a Sunday double, the Nuggets and the Jets, Rams and the Airs, 6 p.m. Sunday night. That game also live on Prime. We've got to get out of here. What a great start.
If that's the standard that we are going to have in the NBL for 2023, we're going to be in a great place. Basketball continues to grow. Take a bow. If you're part of the Bay Hawks, if you're a fan base with the Bay Hawks, they got it done tonight. And, you know, learning curves for this Bulls team. And sometimes you take away more from the losses. As you see Jordan with his baby there, then the wins, and I know they'll take a lot from this.
Well, there it is. Hope you've enjoyed it tonight. If you're new to the Sal's NBL, this is just a taste of what's to come. Game one, 94 to go. And if they live up to what we've seen tonight, we are in for a cracker of a season in the Sal's NBL. See you tomorrow night. Hope you enjoyed it.